How are you? Primero de todo, mi presentación es en inglés, pero antes de empezar quería decirles en español. Yo soy puertorriqueña, tanto como ustedes. Nacida y criada en Canóvanas, Puerto Rico, y quiero que sepan que yo soy de lágrimas fácil, así que voy a tratar no emocionarme. Pero me siento muy orgullosa de estar aquí con todas estas mujeres hermosas puertorriqueñas, ayudando, trabajando para un mejor presente y un mejor futuro. Así que vamos a continuar en inglés. This conversation is all about the 7 principles of how to become the CEO of your own body, your own health and longevity. And let's start by just take the person that's next to you, and in 5 seconds, just tell them you are smart, you are intelligent, interesting, and fascinating. Okay, make sure that the other person hears it too. Fabulous. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Doesn't it feel amazing? You feel like full with all these amazing happy hormones. These are the same hormones that actually get through your body when you are telling somebody that you love them, or where somebody that you care for touches you, or maybe even when you have a little bit of chocolate. And these are the types of hormones that stay with you just for a few hours, energizing you. And it is the premise of the work that I do. It's inspiring you with food choices, but also with emotional choices that energize you and keep you strong and healthy for hours to come from the inside out. Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions, just by a show of hands. No need to talk, just by a show of hands. Question number 1 is, how many of you have tried to take control of your health but have failed at least once, right? Some of us fail more than once a day. How many of you believe that without a healthy body, it'll be almost impossible to grow a strong, healthy family or a life or a career? Show of hands. All right, so awesome. And then the last question is, how many of you give disproportionate time to outside forces? Perhaps it's your spouse or your children or your career or your work, and don't actually take as much care of your body as you believe you should. Show of hands? Yeah, most of us do, and that's right. The truth is that these questions pose a lot of challenges. We don't have a lot of time to go through all of them here, but I'd like to focus on 3 of them in particular, starting from the bottom up. And the very first challenge will be not giving ourselves enough time. And to me, the solution is a little controversial. It's accepting the concept of selfishness as a positive. And selfishness is a word that we consider negative, but it doesn't really have to be. Selfishness to me means just learning this insatiable need or desire for the concept of receiving. We need to start learning and accepting the idea of receiving. And as women, we are natural givers, right? We give birth. We birth things all the time. We're natural givers, but as I said, without a strong, healthy body, it's very hard for us to build legacies, to build companies, to grow families, and to leave a legacy behind for those families. We feel like it is almost socially unacceptable for us to receive, and yet at no other time in history has so much been expected of women as we expect of women today. So we need to know exactly what we want, have absolute clarity about that, have absolute knowledge about your desires in order to ask so that you can receive what you believe you are worth, and you are worth a ton. The second challenge is, how do we get ready to make long-lasting wellness changes that affect not only our body but our longevity, but also our careers and the legacy that we're building? And to me, the solution is a very simple yet powerful: knowledge and positivity. So let's start with positivity. I'd like you to approach everything in your life with absolute happiness and positivity, focusing on the solution and not on the outcome. Every thought, every word that you utter creates your present reality. So if you're willing to change your thoughts, then your life will start changing with it. And then I'd like you to focus on enthusiasm. This is something that I've been working on for the last few weeks, and it's been really, really powerful for me. Because enthusiasm leads and feeds that positive attitude. It's almost like that concept of fake it till you make it. The truth is that your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. If you actually go at it with absolute enthusiasm, your mind will start thinking, well, it must be true, right? Because she's so happy, then whatever I'm doing must be really awesome. So you must have a burning desire to reach that desired goal. You must have a red-hot reason why you want what you want. And remember, and this is really important because things will get tougher, and when things do get tough, be better, not bitter. It's all about learning from that lesson, just like Sonia Sotomayor said to us earlier today. Learn from that lesson, build a bridge, and get over that bridge. And then challenge number 3 is how to take control of our health and our well-being like a true CEO. And the solution is my 7 principles that all of us should follow to become and take control like a true CEO of our health and our longevity. So let's go through that one by one. The first one is to take the power back. No more are we going to give power to outside forces. Oh, it's just that my family, it's my genes, it's that I suffer from this, it's that my socioeconomic background, is that I don't have enough or I don't know enough. We are born with these amazing brains and with this sense of curiosity. So let's use that to our advantage and take control like the true CEO that you are. The next one is to learn what works. And that means no more listening to propaganda, no need to listen to the commercials or what the government says. Your body is a universe, so we must learn what works for us and only for us. And remember, what you don't learn, it will cost you tomorrow. Because the idea is that we are going to live a very long life, right? So we want to work today for a better tomorrow. The third one is one of my favorites. Energy flows where attention goes. And all that means is if you believe it's possible, then it will be. There is nothing that you put your mind to that you cannot achieve. So remember that always. The fourth one is don't accept mediocrity. What you permit, you promote. And that not only applies to business, but it definitely applies to wellness and to our bodies. Every choice that you make, every food that you put in your beautiful body, every thought that you feed your beautiful mind must be excellent. So you must always strive for excellence. Number 5 is to care for yourself. So this one is actually really important because obviously, as I said, it's very hard for us to take care of the world outside of us if we don't take care of ourselves first. So pay attention to your eating habits. Pay attention to what comes out of your body. My friends and colleagues always laugh because I love to talk about things that are considered uncomfortable for most of us. Things like poop and pee and farts. But all of those are things that are important for us to know what goes on with the parts of our bodies that we cannot see. This is a conversation that is happening between you and your body. So paying attention to what goes out is as important as paying attention to what goes in. Number 6 is one of the most powerful to me. Fail to plan, plan to fail. You absolutely positively must have a clear plan with a clear goal, and then it's just as easy as breaking down that goal into actionable items that you can incorporate into your daily routine and do it every day so that you feel a sense of accomplishment and you can get closer to that goal. And finally, try something new. It could be a new diet regime. It could be a new food that you've never tried before. It could be a new personal development technique. But make sure that you try some of this. If the status quo is not working for you, then it's time for a change. Now, in closing, I'd like to remind you that this beautiful land of ours is one that is full of opportunities, and the biggest natural resources that we have is sitting in this room. It's our beautiful women, just amazing as you are. Just remember that it's not just your right, but your responsibility to thrive. You deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And remember, Big changes are always accompanied by a strong jolt. It is not the end of the world, it's the beginning of a new one. Thank you.